identification.
What did you say? Now tighten those restraints. Scavenger scum.
We don't need to see his identification.
I will remove these restraints and leave the cell with the door open.
My lord.
Controver. 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 Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sidebar Cantina, the podcast where we talk about Star Wars, pop culture, the lovely humidity, or whatever the fuck we feel like talking about. I am Mr. Jason Roscom. With me here each and every single week, the Darth Vader to my Palpatine, Dave Martin. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Jason.
How are you?
I can't subscribe to the humidity. It's just awful.
Yeah.
Like I like the heat. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like summer. I love summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, the humidity can suck a bag of dicks, honestly.
Yeah, and it's been super humid out here lately.
Yep. And that's what New Jersey. It's what it does.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's probably the entire East Coast, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
yeah, stepped outside. I think it was this morning, and I just felt like I was drenched already.
Do you remember? Because you were probably at Keesler in the summer.
I was there over the summer. Yeah, that was pretty rough.
Oh my God, Mississippi on the Gulf in the summertime, out doing PT. Blech. It was, oh my God, it was so awful. So awful.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Good old days. So, all right, what are we talking about today?
Well, there's a little movie that came out about 50 years ago.
50 years ago.
No, I can't. I got nothing for that. Yeah, it's called Jaws.
Yeah.
And it's it's high tide. Yeah, it's 50 years old.
Yeah.
This year.
And
it keeps reminding me all the time that it's 50 years old.
Right.
Something else
is turning 50 this year also.
Yeah, motherfuckers. So yeah, Jaws, 50 years old. There's so much iconic about this movie.
Yeah.
That you can't not talk about it. And it's Shark Week.
Oh yeah. And, a little preview for what's to come later. I have never actually seen Jaws start to finish until this last weekend.
Wow.
Yeah. It's my first time ever watching it.
Huh. That's remarkable.
Yeah. So
here we go.
So yeah, you'll hear all of my initial thoughts on it.
That's yes. I can't wait to get to that.
All right. So before then, we've got some business to take care of. So should we talk about Patreon next?
You, sir, can talk about Patreon. I'm going to continue to be distracted over here.
All righty. Well, if you're enjoying the Sidebar Cantina's content, consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. For as little as $1 a month, you can support this podcast and help it make it possible for us to continue to bring you quality content week after week.
My penis so smooth.
I don't know what that's all about. We'd like to give a huge shout out to all of our current patrons: Frank Kalevich, Catherine Rennick, Dragon Buddy, Lord Helmet Fire, Nick from Swede Studios, my wonderful mother-in-law, Patricia Goodstein, Don Solsky, Wally Frogmore, Chantal from Pop My Culture, Helen Martin, Sterling Azier, Nicholas Schaefer, Kristen Roscom, Carly Vickers, Ivo G,
37. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks.
In a row?
Shotgun Mark, Frederick Martin, David Schmuck, Scott and Kim from the Use and Abuse podcast, and the Orange and Fett Show.
Wonderful.
If you'd like to consider becoming a supporter, you can find us at patreon.com. Patreon?
My girlfriend.
Doc-
37.
He's trying to watch my hand at the same time to see if I'm going to push the buttons. And the buttons are so sensitive. Like, I just have my hand just resting on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can actually see the muscle twitch.
My penis so smooth.
That
37.
makes-
My girlfriend
No,
sucked
not
30
really.
37. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks.
In a row?
Patreon.com/the Sidebar Cantina. Thank you again to all of our listeners and supporters. You are the reason why we do this.
My penis so smooth.
Oh, come on.
Oh, man. South Park.
I saw the clip from that. I haven't seen the actual episode.
Same. I've seen the clips.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking hilarious. Like the Saddam Hussein callback
Yeah.
with the I look, Matt Parker and Trey Stone are.
You just got to switch Trey Parker and Matt
I
Stone.
always do that. Whatever. Like half the time they're stoned anyway. I doubt they know their own names.
Right.
But they're fucking geniuses though.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I watched a YouTube. I think it was a short, but they were talking about how they basically how they storyboard and they come up with their stuff, and it's like it's a study in how to do storyboarding in film and how to come up with something that really works
Right.
for when you're trying to tell a story. And I mean, let's face it, it's not an accident that South Park has lasted as long as it has.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, granted, it thrives on the controversy, but it's still funny.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've won a Tony, for God's sakes,
Tony?
Tony Award.
Or was there a South Park play?
Yeah, they did they did that thing about the Mormons.
Oh, from the Book of Mormon.
Yes, don't talk about it though,
Why?
because it,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So we don't talk about that. But they won an award, and granted, and they also did a fucking what was the Orgasmo?
Oh yeah,
But-
I remember that.
Yeah.
Not a good movie.
Not a good movie. So they're not all winners,
Mm.
but they do prepare and put out a good story, and take advantage of what's going on in the media.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just saw it and I'm like, oh my god, just South Park just swinging for the fences
Mhm.
again.
Yeah. So anyway, where were we?
That's where this is from. This is from South Park. That's why it came up.
So did you talk about sidebar headlines, or
No,
did I
not
just
yet.
space out?
Not at all. I went into a whole diatribe about South Park. So I can talk about sidebar headlines now.
Okay.
If you're a member of our, I was about to say South Park. If you are a member of our Sidebar Discord, then you are already familiar with our aviation analysis thread. I have been tossing around doing aviation shorts on YouTube. Oh, this is about me. If you're interested, sub to aviation photos on YouTube. More info to come. So I originally did this. I put out like just a short video, and I was doing it on my 7.5 Flyer account. I'm like, bunch of there's personal stuff on that account. I'm like, But I've had this aviation photos thing for a while.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything with it. I'm like, I just want to do like shorts for aviation stuff.
Sure.
So I put a new one up today. So
All right.
on YouTube, it's AV8, number 8, Shun Photos.
So is it AVI, the number 8?
Nope, it's AV, the number 8,
Okay.
Shun, SHUN Photos. Aviation.
Okay.
It's not a perfect thing, but there's when you're hunting for, web addresses and shit.
Yeah, all the good
sometimes you
stuff's
gotta
taken.
Sometimes you got to be creative.
Yeah.
So, and I came up with this a while ago.
All right.
But hey, who knows? Whatever. It's just I'm standing at the end of the runway anyway, because that's how I get it's plane therapy. It really is. It's
Mhm.
like I'm gonna take pictures of airplanes and zone out. So might as well post some content about it.
All right.
So enjoy. That's it.
Oh.
Thank you, Luna Girl, for putting that in there.
All righty. Well, for news this week, we lost a couple more people. I know we were talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner passing last episode.
Yes.
And since then, we've lost both Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is so the irony is that at the end of the show last week,
mhm.
I had said something to the effect of like, oh man, we didn't talk about that concert, the Ozzy Osbourne concert.
Oh, yeah.
And because it was like, it was the farewell concert or whatever. Was that last week or the week before? I can't remember. but I had mentioned it like after the show,
Mm.
and just like it just kind of ran out, and it just didn't fit anywhere anyway. But I had watched like clips of it, and my thing about that whole at the time, my thing was like, how did Metallica was there as like the wizened old, like, oh man, they're like the grandfatherly, like everyone's kind of going to them, and they're giving out candy out of their pockets, like type thing. It's like Metallica.
I mean, they've been around a while.
They have. I don't think that if you would have told like 1990 Metallica that this is the spot they were going to be in, I don't think they would believe you.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, the farewell show, or that final show, like Ozzy did a bunch of he did a bunch of songs,
Yeah.
and he did it from a chair, and then what is it, 12 days later or something like that,
Yeah.
he passed. So it's kind of crazy to think about that. He had the energy to do that moment.
Yeah.
And I don't know how true it is, because it was it's one of those shorts that shows up, randomly on YouTube. But it had said that Ozzy, or it was his words, but who knows these days, that he had stopped taking like pain medication going into the concert, because he wanted to be like,
have like a clear head and
yeah,
everything.
he wanted to be in that moment.
Yeah.
And something like that could have very well accelerated, ultimately his condition. But what a fucking baller way to go. Like, you're gonna have one more fucking show, have all those fucking people, raised a bunch of money, and had all those everybody there, just kind of like there for you, and like just have that moment.
Yeah.
And then that's what you're gonna leave this earth with, is that.
Yeah, and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know when you like first got exposed to Ozzy, but I didn't really pick up much interest in him until the No More Tears album.
Yeah.
That's the one that had Mama, I'm Coming Home on it.
Mm-hmm.
I bought that CD. That was probably one of those Columbia House CDs that I got in the mail.
I almost guarantee it was.
But I love that whole album. It was pretty good. And I knew some Black Sabbath. I mean, you can't be a music fan and not be exposed
Right.
to some Black Sabbath here and there.
Yeah. Generals gathering in their masses. Like, there's some of the songs are just the intensity is just fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% of the catalog. I'm not like versed in or super into. But there was some of those hits, like Mama, I'm Coming Home was a big one. Iron Man.
Yep.
Obviously.
Was it Paranoid?
Paranoid is one.
Yeah.
But like, there's some of those songs that you just are like, okay, this has to go to 11. And it just, that volume and that intensity, and just that they're like, like that Ozzy, like his face and his like level of intensity. I don't think that's like that level of rocker. That you don't see that anymore. Not to that level.
No, and he was a pretty hard partier too.
Yeah.
Like,
and
all the drugs and
everyone got to see that, the aftermath of that, because he did that reality show.
Yeah, the Osbournes, which I actually watched that when it was out.
Did you?
It was so funny because he kind of mumbles a lot, and so it'd be like, it'd be mumble 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 beep, mumble mumble beep, Sharon.
Like talking to the cat. Like, I was watching, so when they made the announcement, I was at work and it popped up on my phone, and I went out to the scheduling desk, and I'm like, Ozzy just died. They're like, what? Right? I know there's one dude out there that's like kind of, would react to it, even though he's a younger guy. So he flips on trying to find like a news channel that would have something about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, why don't we check MTV? Like, I don't know. I must have thought I was living in, olden times, like the 90s, back in the 1900s. Which, sidebar, some motherfucker said that the other day. That, some said, oh yeah, that movie was made in the 1900s. And I'm like, shut up. Don't ever fucking say shit like that again. Like, that is just fucking rude.
Right.
Like, I don't know what movie it was. It was like, I can't even remember. Was it Band of Brothers? No, not Band of Brothers.
Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah. It was something like that.
Yeah.
It was that movie was made in the 90s, or it was made in the 1900s. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, I do not need to hear that.
Right. It's weird, man, because think about it. The people that were born in 2000 are 25 now.
Yeah, I know.
They're out there. They've got jobs.
We talk about this a lot, and this is something it's in my head. There's a lot of Gen Xers that are listening to this, and we're all going through this. We're all going through it right now. It's like these big numbers are hitting us. The gray hairs, the big numbers, the fucking, the prescription medications that we need to fucking help us fucking sleep and pee and all the other shit that's happening.
For the record, I don't need meds to pee.
Neither do I.
Right.
But neither do I. It's the, I just
if anybody does have to take medication to pee, I feel for you and my condolences.
I know that those people are out there. Regardless, I'm trying to think of the line from fucking Anchorman, where the news director is talking to the nunnery, where he says, "Oh, like, well, everyone, has a," and he's like, "Oh, no, of course not, sister. Yeah, I was just speaking in generalities." Anyway, that's what I was trying to come up with, was a generalities thing. Regardless, fucking don't say movies are from 1900s. That's just rude. Where was I going with this?
I don't know. We were talking about Ozzy and somehow got
MTV. No, so I was going out and like MTV. I don't even know what content is on, because I don't have cable, right? So I don't have any reason to look at MTV.
It's
and
probably all reality shows.
It's all like these different shows. Like, you would think that, hey, this is the music television station that, hey, breaking news, one of the biggest people in music just had this huge concert event, died. Now back to your fucking dumb show, whatever the fuck that is. Like, no, it's not even close.
No.
We ended up having to go to like fucking CNN, and CNN had something. CNN or MSNBC? I think it was MSNBC actually. And they showed like their kind of like teaser clip, and it was him from the reality show, and he's arguing with the cat. Like, that's the clip. That's like the teaser clip they used. Right. Not like him in a rock show, not him like, no. They fucking showed him with the fucking cat. I'm like, this is what you're teasing it with?
Right.
Like, you couldn't have gotten some other footage?
Yeah.
Like, and then they had after the commercial break, they went into like a longer segment.
Right, but still leading with the cat thing.
There's a fucking orange cat there. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What the hell is happening right now? Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had himself a send off, and it's going to be way more than most of us are going to get.
Yeah.
As far as being able to, do what you were known for and best at,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in front of screaming fans
Yeah.
that were hanging on your every word, even though it wasn't like your best performance. It was just the fact that you were there performing
Mm-hmm.
was enough. And then you had all those other artists too that were there underneath your banner.
Yeah. And
So.
yeah, wasn't a bad way to go.
Yep.
So speaking of people who are really good at what they do, we lost Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
So the most recognizable face in professional wrestling ever.
Yeah.
Um,
Which we've had wrestling conversations, or they've been very one-sided because you have a lot more wrestling.
yeah, because I was a huge fan in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, and I stopped watching wrestling, I think, when my my thumb wrestlers, started to lose their color.
Right.
So you couldn't tell the difference between Junkyard Dog and Sergeant Slaughter.
Right.
Right. It started looking the same, then I stopped paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like the era that I was. It was Hulk Hogan, Sergeant Slaughter, Junkyard Dog, the Sheik,
Iron Sheik.
Iron Sheik. What did Iron Sheik? Because he's really active on Twitter.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah. What did he post? I wonder.
Oh, I have no idea
about it. Like, did we have any idea like that? I mean, obviously, years of steroids and shit like that, and abusing your body. I mean, the dude.
Yeah.
You can't be in a profession like that, abusing your body, and not have some expectation of some mortality.
Yeah, and word around the campfire is that cocaine was a-flowing backstage back in those days.
I believe it.
So
Yeah, I mean, you had Macho's Randy Savage.
yeah,
Like, you can't tell me that cocaine wasn't involved in that persona
right.
at some point. I mean, granted, yeah, okay, you can be that personality, but you need some help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that.
that level of intensity.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes.
That's more than just an espresso or a double.
yeah.
Like, that's a double espresso and then a fucking line of Coke off of some hooker's ass. Like, that's, oh yeah, like that. But
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, he was the he was the flagship
Yeah.
of the whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
and he was that big star that kind of everyone gravitated around, that kept moving the brand.
Yep.
And I was already past, I stopped watching wrestling, but when he had gone bad,
Yeah.
the
whole NWO angle.
right, like
Yeah.
that whole thing, and then came back, and like I wasn't around for any of that.
Mm-hmm.
But you still see him like on TV and doing stuff, and just still being that guy, and you'd see him at exciting events and doing stuff.
TMZ always has stories about him.
Yeah, doing stuff with kids and signing stuff and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it seemed to me like he was a good dude on the outset. But again, I'm just looking at it from the 1980s rose-colored glasses, I guess.
Yeah. And yeah, he was that poster boy for the brand. Like, if it wasn't for him, professional wrestling probably wouldn't even exist today.
Right.
And even though it's kind of at a lower level of popularity, it's still going. There's still a couple of companies out there that are doing it. And
It
yeah.
makes he brought the brand along. Like, I'll equate it to like the Dale Earnhardt's, like, kind of brought NASCAR up to a certain level,
Mhm.
and then NASCAR like seemed to peak, and now is kind of like on the downturn.
Yeah.
Like, I used to walk around and like you couldn't swing a dead fucking animal around without hitting some NASCAR thing around here.
Mhm.
And it's weird because the closest track, well, I mean, you have two tracks around here. There's Dover which is probably about 90 minutes away,
Yeah.
and then Pocono Raceway, which is a fun raceway, but the viewing angles aren't very good in it as a fan. But like the NASCAR community was always real big, or it got real big around here, and then it kind of like died off. It was kind of weird. It probably has a direct correlation of like the Phillies and the Eagles getting good, to be honest.
Right.
Like that probably, those people were like looking towards NASCAR to fucking have something positive to do.
Fill that void.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh wait, our teams don't suck right now, so we can come back to those things and put our koozies, NASCAR koozies away. And retire our RVs. But yeah, Hulk Hogan. Still don't. There's nothing about how he died.
Cardiac arrest, heart attack, and I'm sure it's mostly from the years of steroids and.
Yeah, I don't think it's his first one too. I thought he had some sort of heart event before.
Probably, but he's had a ton of back surgery. He's got a terrible back after all those years of wrestling.
Oh my God, I can't imagine.
Because I think he just got done with another back surgery a month or so ago. But
yeah,
he was in bad shape by the end.
Yeah, so an icon of our youth, to be sure. Good or bad. It was that was the 5th. Was there a 6th? Did we get a number 6? Like, because it comes in 3s, right?
Right.
So,
well, I thought these two were paired up with Malcolm Jamal Warner as the 3.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Wasn't there one before this? There was like another. I don't remember. Somebody told me, and like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And now I don't remember what the fuck they said because reasons.
All right then. Well, we're ready to move on to our weeks.
We should guess the next one.
Then, who's gonna die next?
Yeah.
Huh. That'd be interesting. Just the next anybody, big name,
right,
famous that dies.
Anybody celebrity-wise.
Yeah. Jack Nicholson.
You think?
Dude, that guy is old as dirt. And, he is definitely not the epitome of health and fitness. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Jack Nicholson.
Interesting.
Next big name to croak. Don't hurt yourself.
Well, I had a name for this the other day at work, and it was a good one. I just can't remember what it was. I should have wrote it down. It was an actor.
That narrows it down.
Clint Eastwood.
Oh, yeah, he's still kicking.
Yeah. I'm going with Clint Eastwood.
All right. Yeah, he's really up there. Isn't he in his 90s?
Yeah.
Clint.
Well, shit, Mel Brooks is fucking 99, for God's sakes.
That is true. He's 95.
95.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
94. 94. 94.
So, all right. Are we ready to move on?
Those are our guesses. Write them down. Those are. We should put $1 for the prize. It's been a while since we made a bet.
Yeah, I would.
You probably still have one of my dollars floating around from the last time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a mess over here.
So that's.
We need $1 bet.
We need This is the $1 bet.
So whoever's person croaks first wins.
Yep. I have Clint Eastwood.
I have Jack Nicholson.
All right.
Jack.
So let it be written. So let it be done. I think I have $1.
Jack is 88 years old.
How old's Clint?
95.
94.
There's my $1.
All right. I will have to match it.
It is on the board.
Yep.
been a hot minute since we had a board bet.
It has been.
All right.
Anywho, getting on to our weeks.
Yeah.
I didn't do shit this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to think of something to say, and I'm like, no, just went to work, came home.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Sat around, probably played a video game or two, went back to work, came home.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, pretty much. Mowed the lawn in the backyard on Saturday. That's about it.
How often are you mowing?
Now it's got to be once a week,
Yeah.
but before I let it go a little bit, and it was quite the pain to get cut down.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I remember as a kid, I would mow. It would be every other weekend.
Mm.
I'd be mowing the lawn, and it didn't seem like it was as long as it is like now. Like these days, I feel like if I'm not mowing once a week, then it's going to be painful the next time I do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like we had great grass growing up.
Right.
Now my grandfather's lawn, I would mow once a week. Like he would come pick me up, and I'd go and mow his grass. But that was as much to get me out of the house as it was to mow the grass. But yeah, I don't know what the difference is. I don't know, something in the water, maybe.
Maybe.
It's just fucking weird. And then like you have our tomatoes in our garden are super late this year.
Really?
Yeah, it's very odd, and we're not the only ones. Some friends of ours we were talking to the other day had the same issue.
Actually, my blackberries have been coming in awfully late.
Yeah, I think it's because of the way May was, with the way the weather was in May. Like everything's a little bit delayed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I picked a bunch of cherry tomatoes the other day.
Mm-hmm.
So, we got that. That's moving along. I mean, there's a bunch of green in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a bunch of green fruits in there, but it's just we would ordinarily have a fuck ton of tomatoes right now.
Yeah.
So sucks to have to buy tomatoes when you have, you have so many in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing like just a good fucking fresh, right out of the garden tomato. Like,
or really anything for that matter. Anything fresh right out of a garden.
Yeah.
Just better.
Yeah. Cucumbers. I pulled a couple more cucumbers out the other day.
Blackberries. Eat those right off the vine.
Yeah. Are they like the old Jimmy Johnson blackberries?
Yep.
That's funny.
Still going.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I've since given some to a couple other people as well.
Nice.
So
yeah, I think that would be bad on our property. The birds would we already got a fuck ton of birds around, and I think that would create a bird issue.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I couldn't grow blueberries because of the goddamn birds.
You're lucky you don't have deer in your yard because of it.
Yeah.
All fucking you open the door to let Indy out, and there's fucking Bambi standing back there eating your blackberries.
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. And deer have gotten into the backyards of people on this street.
Dude, they're right fucking there. I know I pulled out of the studio a couple of nights, and they're standing at the end of the road.
Mm-hmm.
So I know they're around.
Yeah.
Like your fence just is good enough where you don't have to worry about that shit.
Yeah, a few months ago, I watched one jump into the backyard of a couple doors down and then jump out a little bit later.
How big of a fence were they jumping over?
Decent size, chest high.
Jesus. Yeah, these clever motherfuckers.
Yeah.
When there's something in there.
Yeah, I told you a story about the dog that wound up in my backyard, didn't I?
I don't think so.
This was early on living here. We've got these high fences in my backyard, and there's really no way animals can get over them. But one day I walk outside, and there's a big dog in the corner. I'm like, oh, shit. Hi. And he's just sitting there staring at me. He's not being aggressive. I'm just like, hey, buddy, how you doing? And I start taking a couple steps towards him, and he literally scales the fence. Like this, 7-foot high fence that I never would have imagined an animal could jump over.
What was it, like a Malinois or something?
I don't know.
What did it, like a German Shepherd looking dog?
Yeah, kind of.
It's probably a Malinois.
Yeah.
They're like fucking ninjas.
Yeah, he just uses the side of the fence to kind of
Yeah.
himself up, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
And it only happened one time.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah, never seen another dog or big animal in my backyard since.
It's the Far Side cartoon of he's suddenly over the other side. Back over. Everyone, did you read the Far Side?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a ton of cartoons like that.
yeah. Had some good ones.
Oh, I love the Far Side.
But that's really it for me. Like, I don't know.
What is happening right now?
I'm just in a cycle of working home, but that's about to change starting next week when I go to the Rebel Scum Con.
Yeah.
And a lot of cons in my future, as we talked about last week. So I'll have more to talk about soon.
Oh yeah.
But that's it for me.
Yeah, Helmet Fire's talking about his hounds scaling the yard. I feel like my wife is calling me on purpose, like with a purpose.
Do you need to call her?
I don't know. I just texted her. Let's see what happens.
All right.
So I only had the two things. One of them was when I was trying to think of it, like in my fitness tracker, there's a bump in the middle of the week. Like I did a bunch of physical activity in the middle of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, I got these Jeep tires. So I'll back up. So I have the Jeep, and the tires that I have on it were the ones that came with the car,
Sure.
with the Jeep. And they're aftermarket tires on slightly bigger rims. And what happened was the steel belts that are on the inside, they started to rust and separate.
Oh.
So I had actually taken the Jeep, and I was going to drive to the store. So that's usually what I'm doing, and I'm usually just beating around, like getting grocery and stuff.
Yeah.
Going to Home Depot and things like that. So I was driving, and all of a sudden it was boom, 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 boom. It was like running really weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of stuck my head out like this because I have the doors off, and I could see it was kind of like it was losing, like it was like a shoe that's losing its fucking the bottom.
Yeah.
So I go back to the house. Thankfully, I wasn't that far away. I pull up, and I can see that the fucking tire's like starting to separate.
Mm.
I'm like, oh, fuck. So I have a spare. So I roll the spare out, get the spare on it, and then I look, and the other tires are starting to do the same thing. I'm like, fuck. So, and they're 31-inch tires. They're bigger tires, and they're fucking stupid expensive.
Yeah.
Tires are expensive to begin with, and then you add like bigger ones that are a weird size, forget it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to look for like OEM rims that had come with a Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
And then with any luck, they'll have tires on them, because most of the time when somebody buys a Jeep, they'll get aftermarket tires, like this person did, that I bought the Jeep off of, and then they'll take the other tires and they'll just store them, right, until they get to a point where it's like, I'm tired of walking around these things, and then they'll put them on Marketplace and sell them cheap.
Okay.
Which is what I was hoping for. And sure enough, after like a week, Kathy actually saw there was 5 rims with tires on them for $100. So it was like, all right, fucking sweet. So I ended up renting a pickup just because it was so much easier than trying to like coordinate with a truck or anything like that. It was just like, I can go to Home Depot, drive that truck, and drive it back and drop it off. It was so much easier. Which, sidebarring from that, like, the it's that asking for help for something that I don't do well
Right.
or at all. And it's not that people, I know people are willing to, like, if I reached out to somebody, they would have been like, oh yeah, I'll come help.
Yeah.
Do something. I know that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
But in my brain, it's like, well, I can do this. Right? Why would I inconvenience somebody else?
You're talking lifting the tires into the truck?
Lifting the tires, or even borrowing a truck, or having somebody else come down. It's like I'm adding this fucking this like huge inconvenience to somebody else for something that I could have very easily done myself. So why would I even introduce that inconvenience to somebody else? That's how I look at it.
Right.
Like, it's not, I hope that nobody gets offended that I don't ask for the help, because I know that they'll give it. They'll give it gladly.
Oh yeah.
And I appreciate that. I'm not going to ask for it because if I feel like I can do it by myself, then I'm going to do it.
Right.
And that's one of my problems, because there's very little that I'm going to say this and it's going to sound shitty, but there's very, very little that I can't do.
Mm-hmm.
And picking up 5 tires is not one of those things I can't do. So I got these tires and I fucking he-manned them onto the truck. And I actually had the thought, like, man, these are really light, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not small tires. They're still 225, 75, R15s. So there's still a tire on the rim.
Yeah.
So I'm tossing them around. But I legit had the thought, like, man, these are actually kind of light. And not really following up that thought with, like, well, why are they lighter? Like, are you just stressing a part of your body right now and you're just not picking up on it, or because that's going to hurt later? No, I wasn't thinking about that at all. Like, oh man, this is just light.
Yeah.
No, it's going to hurt me later. So by the time I got the stuff and dropped it off, I was like, wow, I can't believe how light these things are. And then putting the tires on later, it finally kind of caught up to me, because I was like taking the tires off of the axles and putting the other tires on, and it started to get to a point where it was like my body was starting to like fail. I'm like, shit, I overdid it. And I should have stopped. And that's the other thing I don't do well. I don't stop when my body says, hey, fucker, stop.
Right.
This sucks. Stop. And what I do is I go, yeah, I know that sucks, but we're going to keep going. We're still going to do this, because it's got to get finished. I can't just leave it like this. It's got to get finished. So I'm going to push through this, which is ultimately going to make the whole thing worse.
Right.
So it's all self-induced. I know it is, but I can't help it. So I say all that to say that I am broken. I'm a broken individual when it comes to shit like that. And I'm not doing it. I'm not asking. I'm not being deliberate by not asking for help. I guess I am, but it's not because nobody's offering.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
In other words, don't be fucking offended if I don't ask for help.
Right.
Don't ask you for help. Not just you. I'm staring at you.
Right.
But that's out there for the proverbial you. Yeah. Anyway. Have you heard of the Savannah Bananas before?
No.
All right. And if you've heard of the Savannah Bananas in the chat, I'd love to start that conversation about it. So what it is it's baseball, kind of. it's built around baseball. It's like it's a show and a brand that's built around baseball.
I think I know what you're talking about, where they like, it's almost like they're the Harlem Globetrotters of
Yes.
baseball.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually saw something like that when I was in California.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do travel. I mean, they have it's a traveling roadshow, and they play a couple different opponents.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things where like your Instagram logarithm, if you look at any baseball stuff, is going to pick up some of the Savannah Banana stuff.
Yeah.
And their antics are like it's funny, it's fun to watch. They do like dancing and shit like that. You know, they got a guy on stilts that pitches.
I saw that.
Like, which I can't. Anybody who's played baseball in their life ever, if you can imagine fucking a guy on the pitching mound that's 12 feet tall throwing the ball downhill at you, like there's no fucking way. And the guy's throwing into the strike zone.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck are you supposed to hit that? Like I just fucking dumbfounded watching it. But it's a big deal.
My mom just texted me. I love the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah, it's a
Hi, Mom.
yeah, hi. Bronco Fit, shittiest baseball team ever. So we wanted to go last year when they were in Philly, because like first time in Philly,
Mm-hmm.
and it sells out instantly, and you have to get, in order to get tickets, it's like, all right, you got to apply to get into the raffle.
Wow, I
Right.
didn't realize it was that popular.
Yeah. So you apply, you get into the raffle. It's kind of like getting tickets to the Masters. And then after a certain period of time goes by, then it's like, okay, we're going to pick for the raffle for you to have the opportunity to buy tickets.
Mm-hmm.
So then when that happened, like Kathy and I both put in, we actually both made it to like the next round.
Oh.
And I was at work. We were both at work, but she's been like following it really closely.
Mm-hmm.
So when the day for the ticket release was coming for her to be able to buy it, she was on it like right away.
Yeah.
And she was able to boom, and she bought tickets and got it. Like I was to my phone like 7 minutes late. By then it was too late.
Wow.
Now it was already sold out.
Damn.
And that's how insane it is. And that was months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So then you fast forward to like, it was this past weekend. And I think on Monday or Tuesday, when I looked at StubHub, it was, I think the average price at the time was like $300 something
Mm-hmm.
for a ticket. And that the thing is that you're not getting a ticket. So when we paid, you're getting, okay, we basically bid for a section, right? We're going to be in this section,
Right.
based on this price bracket. And the prices are super reasonable. It's all part of the brand. And so it was like $40. And that got us, actually it got us really good seats because we're like kind of in the front row of that 400 level.
Nice.
But we didn't know what seats we had until the day of. Then you get an email that says, okay, these are your seats. So, and people that are selling the stuff on StubHub, they don't have seats. They're selling, like, they know they're going to have seats because they bought them. But then if you're buying something from them on StubHub, you're just basically buying an entry.
Yeah.
And then somehow it's going to get transferred later. What the Bananas don't want is they're not trying to have such huge, they don't want a bunch of resale.
Yeah.
Right? Because people take advantage of that.
Oh, of course.
They're trying to prevent that. So they do everything in their power to like make it, so it's more difficult to just do transfers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool. But yeah, it's like $40 flat for the ticket, which was pretty awesome. I mean, you could pay more and get fucking down and closer or do whatever, but $40, have a good seat. I mean, you've been to the ballpark, there's really very few bad seats in the place.
Yeah.
So we went with a couple friends in town, and one of them had he's a high schooler. He plays baseball in high school, and the real funny part about that was like my wife's girlfriend. She had asked, "Hey, you're interested in going?" And she's like, "Yeah, well, what are the Savannah Bananas?" Like she says this out loud while she's sitting at a baseball game for her stepson.
Yeah.
And everyone around her apparently was like, "You don't know what the fucking Savannah Bananas are?" As you're sitting here at a fucking baseball game, it was just really funny.
Well, it's so funny because I didn't know who they were before a month and a half ago.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I follow baseball, so I think my logarithm gets it a lot. And I've been watching for a few years now. Like I kind of see it coming along, but I haven't had this like burning desire to go. Like I'd like to go. I think it'd be, I was like, yeah, it'd be fun to go. And then when we had the tickets, it was like, okay, cool. I'll tell you, the brand of the Savannah Bananas is real. It's so well run. The organization is so well run. The guys, they put on a hell of a show. It's way more like a circus than it is a baseball game. Because during the baseball, I mean, they're playing music the whole time. They had to fucking, you know who Joey Chestnut is, right?
No.
He's the guy who has the world record for hot dog eating, right? So there was a controversy with him. They had banned him from the Nathan's hot dog thing, the contest that he made famous, basically.
Right.
He had gotten banned for, I don't know what the reason was. So he was in the news for a little while, but so they had him with the Bananas, and they had him in fucking right field, left field, regardless, right field, at a table with the cheerleaders for the Bananas were all dad bod guys. Right, so they're all people that were built like me out there in fucking cheerleader outfits, it was fucking hilarious.
God.
Right, and so they had two of these dad bod guys like were trying to eat to compete against Joey Chestnut.
And they're eating bananas?
No, they're eating hot dogs.
Okay,
but they're eating them like competition style, like having to eat the whole bun and like doing the whole thing. Like, and Joey Chestnut killed them. Like in 2 minutes, he ate like 14 of these hot dogs, and they had only managed to eat between the two of them. They ate 8. So, but it was just while they were doing that, they were playing baseball. Like that was happening in the field
while the game was
going on.
Wow.
Right. And oh, by the way, this was like the first. I think they said it was the first game that was on ESPN.
Oh, really?
It's on Saturday night.
Huh.
So I don't know what it looked like to ESPN, but it was nonstop. We got in there when the gates opened at 4:30, and when we sat down or got to our seating area, they were doing stuff from 4:30 all the way up until the end, and then even after last pitch and all that stuff, they had a little after party in the Citizens Bank Parkway in that area.
Yeah.
But it is a full experience. Like there's no like when you're watching baseball and there's like, oh, we're gonna have a few minutes, I'm gonna go take a piss or whatever. Like, no, it is the game is set up. It's different rules. So it's a 2-hour time limit for the game.
Okay.
And it's point based. So what you do is you win an inning. So whoever wins an inning gets the point.
Okay.
So then that determines who wins at the end. And in the 9th inning, any run that you get earns a point. So it gives you the opportunity to come back.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of a, adds a little thing to it. And you get extra for trick plays. So guys that are out there like, catching behind their back and doing like, so you get a little extra for trick plays.
Mm.
So that's the Harlem Globetrotters aspect to it, right? So you got guys that are out there doing this stuff. So it's not like, hey, bring your kid to learn how to play baseball the right way type game.
Of course.
But they're still out there playing. They're still out there playing baseball. But at the same time, you got impromptu dancing happening in between it. My favorite thing about the whole night was the umpire, like the guy calling balls and strikes.
Right.
He was fucking hilarious.
Was he really getting into it?
Oh, dude.
Like,
oh no, it was more than that. It was like grabbing the batter, just kind of like dancing up on him. Like, we're not just talking like staying in his little area and doing shit. He was all over the place. Like it really was. It's kind of a free for all, and it's organized chaos though. What's happening, and they're playing ball, and the Bananas don't always win. Sometimes the other team wins, and so it's not like a defined outcome for like who wins the game, like who's gonna, because it's baseball. It's still going to be random. You're still throwing a ball and then making contact with a bat.
Sure.
And they're not. I don't think anybody was throwing harder than 85 miles an hour.
So were there a lot of hits?
Not as many as you think.
Yeah.
Because they were good fielders. Even with the trick plays. They had guys making catches, fly outs that they were catching behind their backs that were pretty fucking impressive.
Damn.
All the double plays they were turning, they were like doing fancy stuff like behind their backs and underneath their legs and things like that. So it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
But it was non-fucking stop. There was something going on the entire time. And we had fucking screaming kids. We had these fucking girls behind us they had to have been 8 or 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. And apparently they'd been to multiple Savannah Bananas games. So they knew what was happening. They knew how the score was. They knew when to scream, which was often. Yeah, I had the worst fucking headache coming out of there. But overall, I would say that if you're looking for a night of entertainment, it's worth it. It's worth it to go.
Okay.
But that being said, I don't feel the need to have to go again. I can. There was people that were going there that you could tell it's like, okay, this is an experience, and they want to go as many times as they can.
Sure.
I don't see myself being one of those people. Like, it's not a Jimmy Buffett thing where I'm going to be traveling like a parrot head to watch them do the same thing over and over again. Like, I'm not going to do that. It was good. It was I appreciate them. I appreciate their brand. It was entertaining, but I'm good. Good the one time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Savannah Bananas. If you get the opportunity, I would say go see it.
All right.
Luna Girl says loves Joey Chestnut. Yeah. So Joey Chestnut was out there fucking eating hot dogs in right field.
Can I just say how disgusting I think that is? Like hot dog eating contests.
It was grosser than you can, like, seeing it on that giant big screen. Like, it's worse.
Ugh.
And the banana mascot that was walking around is kind of like this like buff banana. He had this whiteboard and he was like writing stuff and walking around the stadium. During the game, he walked right in the middle of the field. But he was walking around and he walked behind them so like you could see it on the big screen, and all it said was gross. Period.
Nice.
And it was disgusting.
Yeah.
You could not. The only thing that spared us was you couldn't hear it.
Oh yeah,
because awful. Like I would rather watch somebody try and eat chicken wings.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I think I could tolerate that, even though the slurping I think would get get me?
Watch it from a distance so you don't have to
But
listen to
all
it.
the starch that was on their hands from the buns, because I guess the technique is to dip the buns in water,
Yeah.
and then they're like shoving it in there. Like, oh, dude, it was gross. It was fucking gross. So they had him. They had Big Dom come on at one point, show off his Eagles Super Bowl ring. So he got a nice standing out. We got to do a nice long Eagles chant for that. And then they usually have like a player for whatever area they're in. We'll have like a guest player come on. Last year they had Joe Blanton, who was a pitcher for the Phillies. He was on the 2008 team. This year they had Shane Victorino, which is one of the local. Like, he's just called him the Flying Hawaiian. He was great, and he's the guy that threw the ball at me that I dropped. Have the picture of. I've told that story, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that was Shane Victorino. Anyway, he was the guy that came, and he got a base hit, and he came out of the game, got a standing ovation. It was fucking great. So it was good. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, and it wasn't too crazy expensive. They had all, I got a T-shirt, of course. Got a pennant because I collect those, and a couple souvenir cups for, because I had Diet Cokes, so I might as well get a good souvenir cup out of it.
Of course.
And that's it, and just sat there and enjoyed it.
Well, good.
So, yeah, but don't go there thinking that you're going to see a good baseball game. You're going to go there to be entertained.
Yeah.
And appreciate the fact that this is a brand that's been around. It's almost 10 years now. And the guy that started the brand, who's local to the area, I think he's from Bucks County. But he basically created this brand, and like their mission statement and everything else about like fan first thing and all that. There's a documentary about them actually. Really, really cool. That this is they've reached a level where they can go and do this tour, and it's not just a local minor league kind of ballpark thing, or now they're able to go and get to all these other places. So very cool. 10 out of 10 recommend at least once. You want to go more than that? Do your thing. But go once.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I have.
Okay. Sounds good.
It's off the top the fucking bananas. After.
Yeah. So, do you need a break or anything before we move on?
No, I'm good. Kathy never texted back, so I'm not sure.
All right.
Oh, she was checking on me. I am fine doing the podcast. How are you? Question mark. Anyway,
so moving on. Let's talk some Jaws.
Let us talk Jaws.
So Jaws just turned 50 years old in June 20th was the anniversary. So we missed it by about a month, but
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Shark Week now.
Yes.
Not then.
Right.
Shark Week now.
And
which Sport Clips sponsors Shark Week?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I get my hair cut at Sport Clips.
Right.
And they have Shark Week shit all over the place. Like, it doesn't really haircuts and sharks. I don't understand. It doesn't like it. I don't get it.
I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, although they were the girl who's cut my hair. She's like, I'm happy to not watch the same sports idiots all day, because I guess during the day they're kind of subject to the same shows over and over again.
Yeah, like all the same shit on ESPN and stuff like that.
But she's like, I can only hear so many facts about sharks. But the fact that Shark Week is a thing is because of this movie.
Right.
ultimately is because of Jaws. Jaws is the one that started everyone's infatuation, good or bad, with sharks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was huge at the time. I can remember both of my parents telling me stories about how they saw Jaws in theaters when they were younger and how it scared the shit out of them. And I think it was my dad who mentioned, made him not want to go into the ocean.
Yeah, and you guys are up in Cali where
Yeah, the beach is just an hour and a half away.
yeah, and great whites are in that colder part of the water up there too.
Oh yeah.
So, and I think in the Bay Area as well, there's a like a migration area for sharks that they end up there
Mm-hmm.
at some point.
Yeah, and this movie took the nation by storm when it came out. It was made on a $9 million budget. Total box office $477 million, and that's not adjusted for inflation. If you had to guess where in the top 20 Jaws would fall in the adjusted for inflation box office, because it's in the top 20, where would you?
Just by itself, like not against the franchise, just
Right.
by itself.
Just Jaws, the movie.
Third.
Close, 7th.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, adjusted for inflation, it beats things like The Force Awakens, beats Empire Strikes Back, beats Return of the Jedi, Phantom Menace.
But not Star Wars.
No, not the original,
Right.
because that's number 2, only behind Gone with the Wind.
Still, somehow.
Yeah. Well, one of these days they'll start selling more tickets, so you would think, but yeah, right now they estimate Gone with the Wind sold 202 million movie tickets. 202 million.
How? That's. Really?
Yeah. In 1939.
I don't know. I think there's somebody down south padding those numbers.
Could be.
I think there's some southerner that's down there going, it's probably some southern belle. It's like, we have to make sure that Gone with the Wind is still going to be the number 1 movie.
Mhm.
And just keeps somehow making ticket numbers go up.
Right.
Well, I do declare.
So, but yeah, number 7 all time box office.
That's fucking huge.
Adjusted for inflation.
That's
Which,
that's a big movie considering this is a 1975 joint.
yeah, when you consider like all of the Marvel shit that's come out, all the Star Wars stuff,
Mhm.
That's pretty damn good.
This fucking movie.
And it was the highest grossing movie of all time during its short run between
Right.
1975 and 1977.
Let's see if I can pull up the picture of
The ad.
yeah, what George's ad that he put in.
Well, it was Spielberg put in the ad, I think.
Well, he did when Star Wars took the thing, but George Lucas put in an ad congratulating Spielberg.
Oh. I don't recall that. I'm only familiar with Spielberg putting out the ad for Star Wars.
For Jaws. Yeah, there was, I don't know, they had some sort of side bet. Vintage ad. Here we go. Go ahead with your next point.
Oh, okay.
While I
You're
bring
not
this
gonna...
up. I'm going to bring it up, but
Okay. So yeah, very popular movie at the time. Made a shitload of money, and this really kind of put Steven Spielberg on the map, so to speak. Like, I don't know what he had done before Jaws, but Jaws was his big thing that kind of propelled him into stardom. In fact, I'm pulling it up now.
it was like
Yeah, the only thing he had done before Jaws was a movie called Firelight, Duel, and the Sugarland Express.
Sugarland Express was kind of like the bigger one that he did. I think that was the
Bigger than Jaws?
no, like before Jaws.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that was his like kind of his major like Universal picture
Yeah.
that gave him enough credibility to do a movie like Jaws.
Mm-hmm. And then he immediately follows it with Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 1941, Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T. Man, he was just fucking shotgunning him out there as soon as Jaws hit.
And you know what? Like, not to bury the lead, but the most important part of all of these, really, especially the ones you just mentioned, and what they have in common.
Would that be Mr. John
That
Williams?
would be one Mr. John Williams.
Yes. John Williams, who supplied the score for Jaws. You know, everybody knows the, even if you haven't seen the movie, everybody knows the dun
Mm-hmm.
dun 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 dun. You know, everybody knows that. But the rest of the soundtrack, it kind of reminded me of, you know, E.T., Return of the Jedi, that style of John Williams.
Yeah.
You know, it was very, very familiar when it wasn't just the shark, when it was other things going on. You could tell it was just a John Williams score.
No, I agree. There was a lot of very familiar elements in it.
Yeah.
When you listen to it, I was listening to it on the way over here, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting too is there's these iconic bars for what made Star Wars, made Jaws so like not dark necessarily, but just like something bad's about to happen,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that shit carries into like my adulthood for like, all right, when bad shit's gonna happen, it's like things that are lurking around the corner. What do you hear? You hear that noise.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun. Like it, that sound.
Mm-hmm.
If something's sneaking underneath the covers to tickle you, you know, it's wait, what?
I think he's gonna get a kick in the face,
Right.
whatever it is.
Yeah, things like that. I am correcting myself. The Spielberg, the George Lucas congratulatory thing was when E.T. overtook Star Wars.
Oh, okay. That's right, because it did beat Star Wars at the box office.
Yep. So not
Forgot about that.
Yeah. Although I did find a good picture of the vintage ad that Steven Spielberg put in for Jaws.
Yeah.
When it got beaten by Star Wars. So I can show that one.
Yeah. Throw it up there.
Let's see. Yeah, see? Yeah. Yeah, see? Yeah. We're going to do that. Share screen. We're going to do a little bit of this. Ka-chow. Where is it? Oh, there it is.
Says, Dear George, last week Star Wars moved ahead of Jaws in domestic film rentals. Okay, weird. Your hyperspace performance package really did the trick. Congratulations to the Cantina crowd and all the forces of your imagination that made Star Wars so worthy of the throne. Wear it well. Your pal, Steven Spielberg.
So, did you notice the date on the paper? It's like December 2nd, 1977.
Yeah.
Like now, something like the aura of what Jaws is, so much of it is built around just this image of the shark as it's coming up onto the water.
Yeah.
Here we have R2 kind of
R2's fishing
for him. But this is where, name a more iconic movie poster than this.
No, that's probably one of the most iconic movie posters.
Yeah, I can't think of. I mean, granted, there's a lot. I mean, we have our favorites, right?
Right.
For Star Wars and stuff like that. But when you see a movie poster like the one for Jaws, you know exactly what the fuck it is.
Mhm.
Like it's so simple, and it's just I don't know. It's just one of those that like, okay, this is the standard,
Yeah.
right? We're gonna market the shit out of this thing. It's gonna be on T-shirts. It's gonna be like, this is it.
Mhm.
And some guy fucking painted that, right? Did you get into any of the background of that?
No.
I'm going to spend an inordinate amount of time on the fucking picture. I'm going to bring it up while I'm talking about it.
The actual poster?
Yeah, the actual poster. So the guy who painted it, whose name is escaping me right now, he actually painted it for the cover of the novel.
Right.
And no, Amazon, eat a dick. So when they basically took it and made it into the movie poster,
Mhm.
they took the image from the novel like straight away. I need to find one that's not going to have a giant fucking piece of shit in the middle of it.
Giant piece of shit in the middle of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people selling Jaws posters, and they all have to have their little fucking bit on it,
Mm.
and it's really annoying. Oh, here we go. I like this. That's a good one.
Can you make it bigger?
Oh my god,
My penis so smooth.
how is that $2,300? And you're not even on that screen. Share this tab instead.
Whoa.
Can I make that bigger? I can do this.
Aha. Perfect.
Oh.
And it's gone. And
Yeah.
it's back.
And it's gone. So here's the poster, right? So the painting that the dude made for the album cover. Notice the broad's fucking topless in this.
Oh, shit.
Did you ever notice that?
I did not.
Yeah. So the shark, he went to a museum that had like a shark exhibit,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently it was getting refurbished. So all the sharks were like off the wall, and they were like laying on like display tables,
Uh-huh.
and they were all like kind of laying on their sides. So he was looking for pictures of like what one's going to be the right one. So I was watching this documentary that was from the 30th anniversary,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows like the pictures that he took of this shark. So this was an actual like picture of a great white that was in this museum,
Okay.
and that's what he used to make the painting. So like the kind of the teeth, the way they are,
Mhm.
that was actually the actual shark's teeth.
Okay.
So he painted that, and then for the woman, that was actually one of the models he was using for another some other contract,
Mhm.
and he asked her to stay later because he's going to do this movie post or do this book cover,
Yeah.
and she agreed to it, and apparently she like got on a chair to do the swimming pose,
Yeah.
and that's what he based that the swimmer on.
Okay.
And then that's it. Like he just, finished the painting, and it became one of the most fucking famous movie posters or paintings of all time.
Mm-hmm.
In that documentary, he said one of his grandkids came into him at one point and had asked him like, what is your Mona Lisa? Like, do you have a Mona Lisa? Because
Mhm.
as an artist, and he's like, I don't think I have one. And the kid was like, the Jaws poster, that's your Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
Which really is. I mean, if you think about it, like you're the guy. I wish I could remember the dude's name because that would be useful to give him credit for doing the poster. And I'm sure somebody's already put it up in the chat. There you go.
Yep.
Thanks, Dragon Buddy. I'm assuming that's the name. But yeah, Robert Castell, because Castle would be too easy. Maybe it is Castle. I don't know. Roger, not Robert. God damn it, Dave. Reading is fundamental. Anyway, yeah, that's his Mona Lisa because it's so fucking recognizable that it's one of those things where Jaws has a trifecta of elements that without the movie poster, without the guy who did the voiceovers for the fucking ads for this. Like, I don't know, did you watch any of the like the cuts of the movie, like not the trailers, but the commercials that
like
were
the
on
TV spots and all that? Yeah.
And you had the guy who's it's even deeper voice.
Yeah.
And talking like this. And it was like just made it like just seem really, really just like kind of even scarier.
Right.
Right. Not like a talking over excited voice or anything like that. It's just like his voice was talking like a John Williams score. And that, people were interviewed later. It's like that was fucking like, oh my God, that's kind of scary just by itself. And all they're looking at is a fucking movie poster and that dude's voice.
Yeah.
And that's enough. They're like, all right, I'm going to go see this thing because I want to get the bejeebus scared out of me or whatever. And then you add John Williams' score to it. And oh, by the way, add who's arguably one of probably the greatest directors to ever, at least that we're going to ever know.
Yeah. In Spielberg. Yeah.
In Spielberg. With a novelization that this was based on that won all kinds of, sold a fuck ton of copies before the movie even hit the things.
Yeah.
So it's one of those situations where it's like, okay, it's going to be based on a novel that's going to sell really well. And they're going to be able to build off of that to get into the movie. People, and even more people are going to fucking watch the movie. And that's going to do really well. And then you're just going to keep building off of that. And it's the blueprint for what comes next.
Yeah.
Because what comes next? Close Encounters and Star Wars and Raiders and think of all the shit that came after this.
Yeah. And it was all just back to back to back. Just
right. All fucking winners. All of them. Wait, I'll figure out how to take this off the screen.
So, whenever we do a movie, we sometimes talk about our history with it.
Yeah.
And for me, there is no history. Like, I had seen some clips here and there of it. And I know a lot of the quotable lines from it.
Right.
But I never actually sat and watched it start to finish. And a lot of the stuff that I saw in this recent viewing was all new footage and stuff to me. So it was a brand new experience. And I'll give you my thoughts after we talk about your history.
So I watched it on it was something that was copied onto a VHS. So I don't know if it was like an HBO taping of it, whatever, but I can distinctly remember the VHS having Jaws written on it. And I think there was another movie on that same tape. I've watched it once all the way through, and that initial viewing, I didn't see it all the way through. I kind of because I was I don't know, I was probably 9-10 years old, maybe a little bit older than that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Excuse me. I like the ocean too much, and it was just like, I don't. This is
like that's enough of that.
I don't need this in my life. I really don't. So I mean, I guess it's kind of the same thing with not watching it all the way through. But I've definitely seen like its entirety a couple of different times, like over the course of so much time. Jeff's girlfriend Jess is that's like her favorite movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she grew up going down the shore, up in North Jersey all summer, and like it just Jaws is just one of those things that I guess her family, like just a movie she got into. Being a beach person, being a shore person, you kind of relate to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, saying all that, I never got into this movie like a lot of people did. Like, there's a lot of people that talk about this movie like it is the best thing ever. It's the best movie ever made, and blah 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 blah. I'm of the blah 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 opinion. Like, it's a good movie because I appreciate what it is for the industry. Right, I'm watching the beginning of one of the best filmmakers' careers ever. You can see the elements of what Steven Spielberg is. Like, you appreciate the dynamics of what he's doing. Like, first time filming in the ocean.
Yeah.
You know, that nobody had ever done that before. Everything before that was always done in some sort of, you know, closed lake, or, you know, they build a giant tub in the back of a fucking studio lot. You know, actually filming this out on the ocean, which is why it took so goddamn long.
Yeah, and fun fact, it was all filmed at Martha's Vineyard.
Yep. Which Martha's Vineyard, I don't know. I've been there once. I think they have a whole Jaws tour that you can do.
Really?
When you're on the island.
Huh.
I think I remember seeing that, like, when Kathy and I we got off the ferry. I think there was like a board that had a bunch of stuff that you could do on the island. I'm pretty sure there was like a Jaws thing.
Okay.
You get on like a trolley and it would take you around to all the different spots. So somebody can correct me on that. I'm sure there's a Martha's Vineyard person, but yeah, shit. I lost my train of thought.
Oh, you were talking about how it was the first film made in the ocean.
Oh, well, yeah, no. So I'm just I was saying how I appreciate what it is for the industry, and there are certainly elements of it that I'm like for one, something that I appreciate way more this last viewing that I didn't appreciate before was Quint's Indianapolis story.
Yeah, where he was on the ship.
Yeah, which I have the whole monologue for.
Oh, okay.
And we can talk about that. Like, we can kind of break it down a little bit.
Good, because I couldn't understand half the shit the guy was saying.
You have to have a drunk Irishman in your system,
right,
to understand. But yeah, that's a long way of saying that I'm fine with the movie. I appreciate the movie.
But you don't sound like a huge fan. Now, my question for you is this because of the same reason why you don't like horror movies?
Yeah, more or less.
It's kind of the dramatic...
It's like, I guess, the suspense part of it. Like, I don't know. It's just not something that I'm calibrated for from an entertainment perspective.
Okay.
Even when I know stuff is coming, like, I'm... yeah, I don't know. Just, like I said, I was watching it with I was much more into the detail of the movie itself than what was going on in the movie. So,
okay. Now, for me, I actually enjoyed it. And I was ready to go into this thing and just trash this fucking movie because I'd never seen it before. And
I did have to kind of talk you into it.
Yeah.
When we're talking about doing the topic.
Yeah, because I'd never seen it, and I just assumed it was just an old movie where they're chasing sharks and it's got shitty effects and,
right.
You know, just thinking it was nothing. Just kind of a movie that I wouldn't care about. But come to find out, I actually enjoyed it. You know, and it's a movie really about a small town who really care about their economy. And you know, that's really the heart of the story.
Yes.
Is this small town of Amity, this beach town, who they need their tourist dollars over the summer, otherwise they go
Yeah,
bankrupt.
If you close that fucking beach, man, everything is it's just gonna go under.
Mm-hmm.
Can't close the beach.
Well, you know what else went under?
You can't. You can close the beach. In fact, you probably should.
Yeah, that kid that they killed went under.
Right. My God.
So they were not afraid at all to fucking kill a little kid in this thing.
No.
I'm like, holy shit. When I saw that, I'm like, what the fuck? Because you would think, obviously, the stupid girl in the beginning is going to bite
Right.
it. Because she's out there naked, and you know what happens to naked women in horror movies.
Right.
They always die first.
Yep.
Was not expecting to see a kid fucking bite it. I thought that maybe an adult would that was there on the beach.
The dog gets it first.
Oh, right. Yeah, they killed the dog,
Yeah,
too.
it's like, all right. Yeah, see this dog? You like this dog? Fuck that dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and
Yeah.
dog's gonna go, and now the fucking kid's got to go.
Yeah.
Right, with the mom is like saying, "Don't go in the water." She's like bitching and moaning.
And he's like, 5 more minutes or 10 more minutes.
Right. And this was like, in my mind, watching like the beach, this was what going to the beach as a kid was like in my brain. Like the way that the floats were, like the rafts, like, because they didn't have, all they had was, there was a couple of different models of things that you could float on in the ocean.
Right.
There was like that raft and like a life preserver. It was like, there really wasn't much.
Right.
And then you had like your bucket and fucking your shovel in your bucket.
Yeah.
And then if you were me, you're down in Avalon, and I brought my Tonka trucks down the shore with me. So I had my Tonka trucks down there, fucking
Nice construction site going on.
digging it up. Yeah, which was terrible for the fucking Tonka trucks. Like, apparently saltwater Tonka trucks, no bueno. But that's a story for another time.
Yeah. But anywho, figured we'd just go real quick through the plot of the movie. We don't have to dig too deep into it. First of all, like we said, this chick at the beginning, there's some party here, and
Right.
I don't know if these kids are high school kids or if they're in their 30s. You know, it's hard to tell. Like, that's one thing that I've noticed watching older movies now is these guys that are like 20. Like, how old was Richard Dreyfuss in this thing? But he looked like he was 40.
Well, I can tell you that Robert Shaw, he died like a couple years after, or I think he died in 1978. And he was 51 when he died.
Was he the Quinn guy?
Yes.
Okay.
51 when he died. 4 years after they made this fucking movie.
Yeah.
So that means he was 47 years old when they made this movie. Look at that dude.
Yeah, he does
Like,
not look 47.
what the fuck? Like, I don't even know. And apparently that dude tortured fucking Richard Dreyfuss.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah. In real life. Like, tortured him.
So, but yeah, we have these kids at a party. This girl just fucking like whispers into this dude's ear, and all of a sudden they're running down the fucking beach. She's stripping her clothes off.
Which every single male, teenage male, or, even early 20s, late 40s male, some fucking broad's like, let's go in the ocean. I'm going to take my top off. You're like, okay. And they're going to fucking go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's 100% believable. No suspension of disbelief needed.
But this guy, though, he was a little drunk at the time.
Right.
So as she's like stripping off all of her clothes and jumping into the water, he's still like trying to get undressed, and he's like, I'm not drunk, as he's trying to like pull stuff off, and I can dress myself.
Right.
And then he just passes out on the fucking
whiskey
on the beach.
Whiskey dick.
My penis so smooth.
Yeah. So he never actually makes it into the water, while this broad gets out there, and of course, as we expect, she gets eaten.
Right. Splish splash. She's taking a shark bath.
Yeah. It's a very lengthy kill also, where she like...
It's the drama of it.
Yeah.
Like,
she's getting dragged every which way. And
And you can picture the divers that are underneath, like grabbing her and fucking bringing her around.
Mhm.
And that's one thing. Like as you're watching this, like, do you remember when you actually first saw the shark?
Like in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not until later on. There is one scene where the kids are in the pond or whatever it was, and there's another guy right next to them in a boat, and he's the guy that like he tips over and bites it. You see a scene where he's like crawling back up onto his boat, and you're seeing it from an overhead shot, and you see the shark going underneath him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the first images I remember of the shark.
Okay. But it was a ways into the movie. Like
Oh yeah.
It's the idea of the shark
Mm-hmm.
that is so scary. Even with when the kid gets dragged under,
Yeah.
right? You don't see the shark ever. You just see the fucking this just explosion of fucking blood
Yeah.
and you see the kid fucking get, kind of thrown around a little bit.
Yeah.
So
and we do get those first person views from the shark, but never
right.
seeing the shark itself.
So in this documentary I watched, they had the kid older, obviously,
Mhm.
and they were talking about initially when he goes and paddles out there, that raft, it was like cut in half,
Mhm.
and he was laying on it. They're like, okay, you're gonna lay on this, and we're gonna say action, and this thing is going to explode. They had this like explosive squib set up with fucking blood and all that, and they said when this explodes, you're going to like dive underwater and try and stay underwater as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So they have the footage, right? So you see the thing, right? He's out there, the thing explodes, and he's like, what? Like it's obvious that like, hey, this thing exploded and he wasn't ready for it. And so he's like swimming around, and then he tries to go underwater, and obviously they couldn't use that take, but now there's blood all over the place. So they had to wait for all that blood to dissipate, blood, air quote, wait for all that shit to dissipate out of the fucking water, right? And apparently it's cold, so he talks about it like, yeah, I got to go into a trailer and warm up while everyone else is outside freezing, and then they sent me out there to do it again, and finally they were like, all right, we're just gonna have divers grab you and pull you under.
Right.
And basically what they did was they grabbed him, pulled him under, and gave him air while he was under, and that's how they ended up getting the shot.
Okay.
But in the the documentary footage, you see this fucking kid. The thing he's 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
The thing explodes. Like, and could you imagine? Like, all right, you're on a raft, right, and there's this fucking explodey bit near your bits,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden it does explode, and it explodes like a fucking torpedo just went off.
Oh shit.
And like there's this,
and he's like right there next to it.
Right there. It's like right in by his legs.
Wow.
And it's like, okay, you're supposed to respond normally to this, and then fucking pretend like you're drowning. Like, fuck. That's it is a choice.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just funny. Again, documentary was dated, but still there's parts of the movie. These guys were. It was the 30th anniversary, so 20 years ago. My God. So what? 1995?
2005.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 2005 was 20 years ago.
Anyway, there's good documentaries out there, and apparently there's another one that Vickers had told me about, but I didn't actually get to see it. That is covering the 50th for Spielberg. That is good. So, anyway.
So yeah, homegirl bites it. The next day, is when we find out about the town and how they are relying on this tourist money and everything, and they're basically telling our cop Roy Schneider, whatever his character's name is, which I can't
Schneider, yeah.
Right, that's the actor. He played Brody.
Oh, right.
So Sheriff or Chief Brody.
Chief Brody, yeah.
Chief. Yeah, so, and they're basically trying to convince him to not say it was a shark attack and not to close the beaches because they need the fucking tourist money.
Right.
And a lot of the movie kind of revolves around that, this pressure that they're putting on him to keep the beaches open while he's like, hey, we need to fucking shut this shit down. We got a goddamn shark out there eating everybody.
Right. Which, again, he wanted to do that shit right away.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, fucking, this is a shark attack. There's people being bit in half. Fuck this shit. Shut it down.
Yeah.
Shut it all down. But the town, they don't want to fucking do it.
Mm-hmm. And so the next day or whatever, they all go out, and that's when the kid gets eaten
Right.
by the shark, which was pretty fucked up.
Yep. Which there's a fairly infamous scene later that, Brody gets slapped by the mother of that kid.
Yeah.
Like which apparently that woman lived in Martha's Vineyard,
Oh, really?
and people would go and find her and ask to get slapped. It sounds like a very Jason Roscom thing to do, to be honest. Like, you get slapped in the face.
Maybe.
But she apparently at some point was like, no, I'm not going to do it anymore. But she would. She would, like, people would go and they'd want to have pictures. She said mostly young men would want to get fucking slapped in the face. like she did in a movie.
That's funny.
Fucking weird.
Yeah. So after that, they have this big town meeting where they're basically putting out a bounty for the shark.
Right.
So they're like $3,000, which I guess was probably a lot of money back in 1975.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I think you're probably buying a car for that much.
Yeah. So
Probably buy a brand new Ford Gran Torino for $3,000.
yeah. And this is where that Quinn guy comes in. And he said he'll do it for 10,000.
Right.
Not the 3,000, which they're like, we'll keep that under advisement.
Yeah, they completely blew him off. And he knew exactly what was going on.
Yeah. And so the next day, like, all the fucking locals are taking their boats out and looking for the shark, trying to catch him. One group catches a tiger shark that initially everybody thinks is, oh, this is the shark. We got him. Whereas Richard Dreyfuss's character, who just comes in around this point, is like, no, bites don't really add up to the remains of this girl.
Right. He's from the Oceanographic Institute. Like, he's an actual expert.
Yeah. And he's also apparently a millionaire, which they don't really go much into that. But
just the fact that it makes him a bit of a pussy in Quinn's eyes.
mhm.
But, that comes about later. I mean, one of the things is the fact that the chief, Quinn and fucking Pencil Neck, they don't get along.
No.
Like, is three completely different personalities, and they never really see common ground.
Mhm. Unless they're drunk and singing.
Yeah.
Now, something...
Or fighting for their lives.
Right. Something I noticed up to this point in the movie was these people, nobody watches their kids. You know? So many scenes you're seeing these like little fucking like 4 or 5-year-old kid just following his brother to the fucking the pond. No parents around or anything. Just we'll just let this fucking 4-year-old go off on his own. Or when they got in, his kids, Brody's kids got into that boat. Again, these kids are like 5 and 4 years old, and they're out there playing on the fucking dock, sitting in a boat. No parent to be had anywhere. The 2 parents are inside drinking.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow.
I'm surprised you're surprised, Jason.
No, well,
this is the voice of our Gen X.
That's what I'm saying. It's like this is perfect Gen X.
Right.
You know, the parents are just doing their fucking thing. The kids will be all right. Just, let them do their thing.
Right. But did they die? Well, almost. It's like, oh shit, we got to do something.
Yeah. One of them died for sure. Yeah. But yeah, there's random parts in this movie, even during shark attacks, where there are these little fucking kids roaming around and there's no fucking adult parent to be seen.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, it's Not surprising at all.
Nope.
As a kid who wandered freely about the beach, or chased his sisters around the beach while, I don't know. The direction was stay like, here's this lifeguard tower, right? Wherever the setup was, when we're down the shore, like, because we used to go down the shore before we'd be there doing the campground thing, go down for day trips, and that's when we'd go to Avalon, and down there in the fucking Gran Torino, which is, I don't know why it's stuck in my head lately, but there's actually a Ford Gran Torino station wagon that's in the movie.
Okay.
With the wood panels.
Oh yeah.
Side panels. We had one of those.
Okay.
And I used to sit in the way back, especially after coming out of the beach, because all the sand. I'd be back there with the Tonka trucks, and it was all metal back there. So it was like, there's no seat. It was just like it was basically a truck bed,
right?
But it was like it was like grid patterns. So I'd be back there, and I'd have these like little grid patterns like steamed into my fucking skin for the hour-long drive heading back, because there's no air conditioning.
Was there a seatbelt?
No. No, it was basically the back of a truck bed,
right? Just
without the, it was just covered. My mom smoking in the front seat, and fucking, it's just the way it was, and fucking, this was the 80s.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely, you get down the shore, we're at this lifeguard stand. This is where the stuff is going to be. Don't wander past this lifeguard stand.
Yeah,
that was the direction. So as long as I did that, everything would be fine. But I didn't die.
No.
So it was fine. Did I several times get fucking chucked into waves that may or may not have fucking almost killed me because I got in over my head as a young lad? Yes.
But that's how you separate the weak from the strong, right?
Yes.
The strong survive, and
right.
The weak, not so much.
You ever have you have that moment, in core memory moments, and one of them for me is being like, I don't know, I had to have been younger than 10 years old, and we body surf, right? My dad taught me how to body surf. So
yeah,
this is the thing, which in retrospect is because we too cheap to fucking get a raft. Really, that's what it was. It's like, hey, we're gonna learn how to body surf because we're not buying a raft.
Right.
So we go out there, and I'm body surfing in waves that I probably shouldn't have been out in. So I'm out there, and I go and I body surf, and I get thrown over by a wave that it chucks me down into the fucking sand, and now I'm just like in the rollers.
Oh shit!
And I'm not coming up. And I remember like the green of the water. I had my eyes open, and it's like it was like if you're looking in a washing machine, like what the window of the washing machine would look like.
And that's the whole world.
That's
in your eyes.
Yeah, that's everything that's happening, and just like whoosh, whoosh, and like of it going by in my ears. And then finally, like, I kind of like flopped up on the beach, and it was like a lifeguard, and my dad came running up and fucking got me.
Wow.
But yeah, I was under apparently a while.
Shit.
But it didn't stop me from going out there again. I did it again. Not that day, maybe that day, but yeah, it was. I distinctly remember, like, seeing what the ocean looked like as it was actively trying to kill me.
Wow.
Yeah. The ocean is not to be trifled with.
No, definitely not. So, anywho, something else happened. Well, I guess the little boy got eaten, and that's when they were still trying to get these fucking this group of owners, whoever the old guys are that kind of run the town, they were still saying, even after the boy died, that the beaches are still going to be open for July 4th.
Uh-huh.
So, because they caught that tiger shark and, they thought, oh, that's it. We caught the shark. Everything's good to go now. Where Richard Dreyfuss is trying to tell him, like, no, there's a fucking great white out there.
Right.
You're just going to be opening the buffet to the shark if you let him out there.
And nope, doesn't fit our narrative. We're not listening to you.
Yep.
Piss off.
Yep.
Pencil neck.
And then what happens? Another shark attack.
Yep.
So then they decide to go with the mercenary road and go with that Quint guy.
Which is a smart move.
Yeah.
He seems to know things.
Yep. He's got his boat, the Orca.
The Orca, yes.
And somehow Brody and what's his name's character end up working for him on the boat. I guess initially they were like, you need more hands if you're going to do this. And he's like, well, then if you're going to help me, then I'm still the captain and you have to follow my orders. And I'm just like, okay, weird.
I mean, not that weird, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, the dude's a little weird to begin with.
Yeah.
And for good reason, as we find out here in a minute. But it's your boat. Like, all right, I'm the guy in charge of this boat. I'm going to make decisions that your job is just to do what I say.
Mm-hmm.
Don't question what I'm doing. So I'm the captain.
Right.
It's the rules of the sea. That's just how it is.
Yeah. So this is when we get into the stuff that you talked about, how they didn't get along very well, except when they were sharing stories and singing. Now, there's a scene in this where they're comparing scars.
Oh, the
right?
leg scars, and
yeah,
then the belly.
I had no idea that this was a scene. If you ever watch Chasing Amy from Kevin Smith, they have a scene in Chasing Amy where they do just that, where they're comparing scars that they got from different ways.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that was a take on the Jaws scene. So for years, I just thought that was a Chasing Amy thing where they were comparing scars and all that. But no, apparently it came from Jaws.
Yeah. Kevin Smith was a huge Jaws fan.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's compare scars. And so, want to talk about the Indianapolis speech?
Yeah.
So when you heard it, what did you think?
Just like, that's pretty fucked up.
Did you know about the Indianapolis?
Oh no, that's a true story?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So here, I'm gonna read you what he said.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about the Indianapolis. So,
okay.
So this is the dialogue from Quint. So he said, Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes into our side, Chief. We was coming back from the island of Tinian to Leyte. Just delivered the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. Vessel went down in 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about a half an hour. Tiger, 13-footer. You know how you know that when you're in the water, Chief? You can tell that by looking from the dorsal to the tail. What we didn't know was that our bomb mission was so secret, no distress signal had been sent. They didn't even list us overdue for a week. This is 100% true. Wow. Very first light, Chief. Sharks come cruising, so we formed ourselves into tight groups. It was kind of like old squares in a battle, like you see on a calendar, like the Battle of Waterloo. The idea was a shark comes to the nearest man, and he starts pounding, hollering, and screaming. And sometimes that shark, he go away. Sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark, he looks right into your eyes. You know, the thing about a shark is he's got lifeless eyes. Like that was a big takeaway for me from this movie from before about the shark and their lifeless eyes.
Yeah.
I always look at them like that. Black eyes, like doll's eyes. When he comes at you, he doesn't seem to be living until he bites you. Then those black eyes roll over white, and then all you hear, that terrible high-pitched screaming. The ocean turns red in spite of all the pounding and hollering. They all come in, and they rip you to pieces. You know, by the end of that first dawn, lost 100 men. I don't know how many sharks, maybe 1,000. I do know how many men. They average 6 an hour. On Thursday morning, Chief, I bumped into a friend of mine, Herbie Robinson from Cleveland, baseball player, bosun's mate. Thought he was asleep. Reached over to wake him up. He bobbed up and down in the water like he was kind of a top, upended. Well, he had been bitten in half below the waist. Noon, the 5th day, Mr. Hooper, a Lockheed Ventura saw us. He swung in low and he saw us. A young pilot, a lot younger than Mr. Hooper here. Anyway, he spotted us, and 3 hours later, a big old fat PBY came down and started to pick us up. You know what was the time I was the most frightened? Waiting for my turn. I'll never put on a life jacket again. So 1,100 men went into the water. 316 men came out, and the sharks took the rest. June 29th, 1945. Anyway, we delivered the bomb. So this is a true telling of the Indianapolis. So the Indianapolis was tasked to deliver the bomb to Tinian ahead of the bombers.
Right.
So they went steaming out there with the bomb. They dropped the bomb off, and then it's like, okay, here's your orders. You're going to go over this way. Because of the secrecy, they were by themselves, right? No, there was no like, hey, here's this fleet order that these ships are going to be with you, or these ships are going to be near you. Nothing. Like they were on their own completely.
Yeah.
And because they didn't want to have any association that ship had just come from Pearl Harbor to get to this other place. That's how secret it was. So the crew of the Indianapolis was celebrating because in their minds they had completed their mission.
Yeah.
They brought the bomb to the island, and now they're heading back for the rest of their mission.
Yeah.
So when the Japanese kind of came across them, it was I used to know the Japanese submarine commander's name. Don't ask me why. But basically it was like just happened across the Indianapolis and pickled off 2 shots at it. And was deliberately watched them sink and then watched them get eaten, like knowing they were going to get eaten by sharks.
Yeah.
And watched it.
Oh, they hung around, huh?
Yeah. So, because there's no other boats around.
Right.
And so what they could have done was they could have gone and picked up some survivors and, and helped, but they didn't. They're like, fuck them, let the sharks get them. So they ended up in the water. No way of communicating that, hey, we're fucking, we went down.
Yeah.
They were supposed to report by a certain date. They didn't turn up. That aircraft just happened upon, I think they saw the oil slick if I remember correctly. And then all the guys in the water. So I think they flew by, threw out life jackets, and then a PBY is like basically a flying boat. And then so they landed on the water and started picking guys up. And then another boat came afterwards, and I think picked up some other guys. But those numbers they're talking about with the 1,100 men and the 316 that came out, that's accurate.
No shit.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What's crazier in this story that I had heard in the documentary that I didn't know was apparently there was a woman, somebody's wife or somebody was associated with the movie, saw it in a screening, and I can't remember the detail, but it basically like it was her son was one of the fatalities on the Indianapolis.
Really?
And the classification level for this, they had only recently, before this movie came out, declassified it
Oh,
so that they would even acknowledge that it happened.
right.
So the families had no idea how their loved ones died if they went down in the Indianapolis. So she had. That's how that person found out. I think it was her brother. Now that I think about it, but like that's how she found out. Like her family member died was from Jaws, from the
Wow.
movie. Hearing that story.
Huh. I'll be damned.
Yeah. Fucking crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's. Yeah.
So yeah, they have a bunch of misadventures on the on the Orca, as the shark won't leave them alone. It keeps coming back.
Yeah.
They harpoon a couple of fucking floating barrels to it. So this way you always know when it's close now. It's a good way to tell the audience.
Right. That's what Quint he wants is just more barrels.
Yeah.
Keep giving the barrels.
At one point they thought they had the brilliant idea of tying those barrels up to the boat after they'd been attached to the shark.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't go well.
Nope. Sure didn't.
And ultimately Quint, he bites it. He gets pulled down when the shark basically jumps up onto the back of the boat, starts bringing it down, and is just like fucking chomping away.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of slid down into his mouth.
Yep. Yeah. Bye, Quint.
Yeah.
Yep. So sad.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of knew that's how he was going to go, though. I mean,
Probably, yeah.
this fucking battle with the shark, this like Moby Dick style thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like shark was going to get him.
Oh yeah.
It just how it was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
How brutal it was going to be, and you think about it. This shark, this mechanical shark, was notoriously bad at actually functioning for the fucking production.
Oh yeah.
It was more likely to not work than work. So when it did work, they got like as much filming as they could with it
Right.
because they didn't know when it was going to work again. So those sequences where like you actually see the shark and it's doing stuff, like sometimes it's not working all the way like it's supposed to, but they still make the shot work.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of it where it's like, the shark's broken. And in the documentary, Richard Dreyfuss talks about how everyone had LMRs and mobile handheld radios. And see that?
Yeah.
How they call and say that the shark's not working. The shark's not working.
Mm.
And then if you heard that the shark was working, it was like, kind of an all hands thing. Like, oh shit, we got to get so much done. So yeah, if you can imagine working on a movie with a young director, with doing all this non-standard stuff, filming out on the ocean, this mechanical shark that doesn't work most of the time, over like so far over time from when it was supposed to, like, I think, I don't know what they did budget wise, but I think it's like a year late.
Oh
I
really?
think it was in the filming,
Wow.
something like that. It was ridiculous how much longer it took because they were doing it on the ocean and because they were kind of subject to, all right, this is what the weather is giving us for the moment.
And a breaking shark.
Right. So getting all that shit together and then getting the edit done and getting this thing out there for a summertime release, and then all of a sudden it fucking exploding.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty fucking remarkable. Pretty remarkable just to even stay with it at that point.
Oh yeah. Speaking of things exploding, the way they end up beating the shark is they shove an oxygen bottle into his mouth and just shoot it with a rifle.
Yeah.
And massive explosion, boom, blows the shark in fucking half.
Yep.
It's got big chunks flying through the air and all that. And the movie ends very abruptly too, because after Roy Schneider and what's his name? Richard Dreyfuss. They
Hooper.
yeah, they grab a couple of the barrels and just start,
Paddling.
to back to the beach, and that's when the movie ends. It's just them paddling, and it's over just like that.
Yep. Shark's dead.
Yeah.
No more story to be told.
I know, right? So we never found out what happened to the town or anything. I guess we have to save that for the sequels.
Yeah. Which
apparently it's got 3 sequels.
okay.
And I haven't seen any of them, but I've heard that they're all shit.
I can't profess that I've watched any of the sequels.
Yeah.
If I have, I don't remember.
It's got me curious. It's definitely got me curious to at least watch the second one to see what they tried to do. Which, by the way, all of these are on Netflix. Like every Jaws movie is on Netflix right now, to include this Jaws, which is how I watched it over the weekend. And I wanted to say overall, like, I actually really enjoyed the movie. I was expecting to trash it, like I said, but I went in and I stayed entertained the whole time, and the effects didn't seem too outdated. I was really expecting them to seem like way outdated, but because they use like an animatronic and a real life thing as the shark, it kind of holds up better than, CGI. They didn't have that back then, but you know what I'm saying? Like how CGI doesn't age well in a lot of cases.
Yeah, and I think there was deliberate angles taken to make sure that, like, okay, we're gonna view this from this angle, like you were saying, the shark's angle, like kind of looking up, and from shooting certain images, the way the lighting was, and the kind of the dramatic lighting and the dramatic angles, like it lent to, you never really felt like, okay, this is a fake shark,
right?
That's not going to operate most of the time. Which, talking about the Universal stuff.
Oh
like
yeah,
the Universal tours.
Yeah, they've still got the animatronic shark at Universal Studios.
So the both of us, we've both been to the Hollywood Studios Universal tour. You said most recently in the past 3 years you've been?
Yeah, we went to Universal Studios. Yeah, it was like 3 years ago.
I was there. It was like 2013, I think, was when I was there last.
Okay.
And apparently there's pictures of me there when I was a kid, when we were still based on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So I don't remember any of that. But I did get to, and my kids got to see that original Jaws, part of the studio tour.
Mm-hmm.
And it was cool. It was cool to see, because it's still, I mean, it's kind of like, it was just part of the iconic, I don't know, part of the tours. It's like, here's an animatronic shark that works way better than the one in the movies ever did. And it works far more reliably, apparently, and still is working. And I went and I did the one in Orlando also.
Okay.
Which is basically the same thing.
Yeah.
I can't recall any glaring differences between the two things.
Which is interesting, because I didn't think that the Universal in Florida would have like a backlot tour the way they do in Hollywood, because they don't actually use the Florida one for filming. It's just a theme park.
Yeah, they had a whole it was more set up as a ride.
Okay.
In fact,
like where you had to get in line and
yeah, it was just another ride. I'm trying to think of, that was a long time ago. It was what, 30 fucking years ago? 31 years ago since I've been there. Orlando, Universal Studios rides. Let's see. Race Through New York. Don't care about that. Nobody gives a shit about that. Despicable Me. Oh, really? That's what? Sidebar. There's so many things that I just don't give a shit about.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. There's like kid stuff that I'm like, God, I can't get into it at all. There was a couple of things they did at the Savannah Bananas game that I was like, what is this they're playing music from? It's like, oh, it's a thing, it's on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't have any, like, it's that moment when you're like, you realize you're so unplugged from what like younger kids are watching and doing and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about at all. Like, not even tangentially have heard about it.
Oh yeah, I've had several moments like that recently.
Like, oh my God, how do I get so old?
So real quick, looking at IMDb for Jaws 2, apparently Roy Scheider came back for Jaws 2, as well as the gal who played his wife, also the mayor of Amity.
Okay.
Couple of newer looking faces, but yeah, they brought a lot of the same people back for Jaws 2.
All right.
Which again makes me curious. What the story is. Like, did they not get the real shark in the first one, and the real shark is in Jaws 2?
Shark could have had babies, and those
True.
babies are angry as well.
That's right.
You killed my father. Prepared to die. Oh man, what the fuck?
What are you looking for?
I'm still looking to see if they have this fucking thing. The Born Stuntacular. There's a Cat in a Hat thing. Skull, Reign of Kong, right? Men in Black, Jurassic Park River Adventure.
This is the point in the show where Dave just lists all the rides at Universal Studios Orlando.
Bunch of Harry Potter bullshit.
Oh,
E.T. Adventure, that seems interesting.
Well, that's based off of the old one that was in Hollywood. The Hollywood one closed down, and I think the one in Florida is about to also.
Sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see Jaws on here at all.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Maybe they don't have it anymore.
Maybe they don't. Oh wait. Eventually, after several days delays during construction, Universal Studios Florida opened to the public June 7th, 1990. However, several of the park's major attractions experienced frequent mechanical and technical problems, forcing the rides to close. Eventually, Universal filed a lawsuit against the manufacturer of Jaws, an attraction that was based on the film. Despite being costly to maintain, Jaws remained a popular attraction until its closure in 2012.
Oh, okay.
So, there you go.
But I can tell you the one in California was still going a few years ago when I went.
And that's the OG one.
Yeah.
So, it makes sense.
So, yeah. That's pretty much Jaws. So you did rewatch it for the show?
Yeah.
And you still didn't care for it too much?
No, not really.
Okay. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it enough to where I wouldn't mind seeing it in theaters when it does one of these, like, anniversary Fathom events or something.
Which, didn't you say that it was going to do
Yeah,
later?
I think it's like next month.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I do it only because of John Williams.
Right.
Like, it's one of those where it's like, oh, you get to hear the score, in the big screen environment.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh.
I don't know. It's look, it's just not in my wheelhouse for movies that I enjoy. But I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it for what it is as far as developing the genre.
Yeah, and for a 50-year-old film, again, it holds up.
Yeah.
Like, it's very watchable.
Yeah, and I think it's almost like I don't know if Netflix did it deliberately or if there's not like a a special edition like brightening of it or whatever.
Oh.
But it has like this darker, I won't say circa 1970s kind of like look to it, but it has this like an older movie type sheen to it
Yeah.
that I think helps cover up a lot of maybe some of the age of it.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
I think so.
But it makes it overall like, hey, this is still watchable as a movie because it's not. There's not things that are like jumping out at you. It's like, oh wow, that's a real obvious like they weren't able to hide this stick that's in the way or this micro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's like, I think they stayed true to like the tone of what they were trying to do with the filming. It's almost like they had a filter on there for a reason.
Yeah, like a dark filter.
Yeah. But I mean, and that could have just been my laptop screen was turned down. I don't know.
Maybe.
Who knows?
All right. Next week we are not having a show, correct?
Correct. No
All right.
show next week because reasons.
Yes.
I was supposed to be going away. I am not now because reasons.
Yep. But on the horizon, we've got things like season 2 of Light and Magic.
Yes.
We're going to look at. We're looking at the movie Fanboys, if any of you remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And some other things that we've got in the works for topics. Trying to still skew towards Star Wars, but every once in a while we got to do something like a Jaws. It's, part of the family.
Hey, it's Shark Week.
Spielberg, John Williams, and
Shark Week. Ooh-ah. We had my wife's car, this Ford Focus, the kids named Shark Bait. And every time they like Shark Bait. Ooh-ah.
yeah,
Like every time. I don't know why. I don't know how it got the name. It's like, I think it's one of those things I came back from TDY and it had happened while I was gone.
mm-hmm.
So then like now that car's called Shark Bait. Okay. It still, whenever that car is talked about, it's, Shark Bait.
yeah.
It's like, okay, Shark Bait. Ooh,
It's funny how things
right?
become
Talking about
things like that.
that line from Finding Nemo.
Yes, I would hope everybody recognizes.
I would
that.
hope so too. But who knows these days?
Yeah,
People are fucked.
I never saw the Finding Nemo sequel,
I didn't either.
but the first one was good.
Yeah, like most things. First one was good. Second one, eat dicks.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm sure the kids loved it. I don't care.
Yeah.
What I do care about is ATSW Family Happenings. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Sure.
I am.
37. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks.
In a row?
On Wednesday, ATSW The Escape Pod will be discussing stuff and things. What kind of stuff? Exactly. Escape with them in the live chat at 19:05:75 Eastern Daylight on YouTube. Support the official Sidebar Cantina band till the end. Check out their socials for concert dates and ticket information for their upcoming East Coast tour. Also visit https. You don't need to read that part, Dave. Till the end official.com to check out their tees, sweatshirts, stickers, and posters and buy some shit. Do it, yo. Got some pictures from Nick today. He's redoing the studio
Mm-hmm.
and has these new pot lights that are in there. Like, fucking cool.
Nice.
Fucking really cool. Good on him for still having the energy to fucking do that shit.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's just a sequence of the pictures.
Holy crap.
Yeah, tore the whole ceiling out, put that shit up. So
Nice.
big things happening over in Sweet Studios. So pay attention, and you will do it. I lost my page with notes. Here it is. Hey, Orange Fett Show released episode 153, Cotton's Death, this past Friday. Stream it on Apple or Spotify. Been out in Cotton Eye Joe. I've been married every time. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? I don't know.
Is that the name of a movie or something? Cotton's Death?
I don't know. You'd have to listen to the show and find out.
Yeah,
Episode 153
that's right.
on Apple or Spotify.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of making these announcements,
Mm-hmm.
to remind you to download it.
Yes, and I will.
Scott from Use and Abuse went live this past Tuesday when the awful news about Ozzy broke, giving us a place for metalheads to grieve. Check the replay, RIP the Prince of Darkness, on YouTube. No news from grave reviews or layman's terms. You can find us at bio.link / Sidebar Cantina, where you can find the links to Patreon, YouTube, our audio podcasts on Apple, Audible, and Spotify, and all social media platforms, including X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, and Discord. Once you get to the bio link, simply click the symbols under our pick to go to your platform of choice. You can also find all of our Spotify mixtape playlists. Also on our bio link is Mr. Softy. Do you hear Mr. Softy?
No.
Oh my God. What just happened? You didn't hear Mr. Softy?
No.
Woo. Okay. Also on our bio link is our T-Pug merch shop. Choose from 7 designs on everything from t-shirts and hoodies to tote bags, phone cases, exclusive stickers and pins, wall art, magnets, notebooks, laptop cases, pillows. Who gets laptop cases these days?
I don't know. People need to carry their laptops.
Laptop sizes are so weird these days. And
True.
the power supplies, like a laptop case is fine,
Mm-hmm.
but then like give me the accessory capability with it.
Right.
Like I want to be able to carry the power supply, the cabling,
Oh, yeah.
the headphones,
External mouse if you have
Yeah.
one.
Right. That's why you have to carry a backpack. Be a man. Carry a backpack. Pillows, just about anything you can imagine. Nothing says love and like a naked Jason chick on a pillow. Go to bio.link / the Sidebar Cantina and click merch. Reviews?
No new reviews.
Please write us a 5-star review on Apple or Audible. Don't have an Apple or Audible account or a Facebook page or review feature 2. Have you ever checked it? Just screenshot your review before you hit done. And DM us the pic on Instagram or Twitter with your name and address, and Luna Gargan send you a Super Bowl ATSW family swag pack. This is your chance to tell us your thoughts on our show. Jason or Jennifer Lopez or Hank or Edith or Mama or Drunk Tom Gurkha or somebody with fun will read your review word for word on the next episode. Let us know who you want to read it. Finally, catch us on Spotify. Help us out. Click those stars. If you are listening to us on audio, please consider joining us in the live chat on Mondays. The chat is most definitely where it's at. I feel bad. I didn't pay enough attention to the chat today. I apologize. If you are new to Sidebar, please subscribe, ding that bell, select all to receive notifications when we go live. Remember to smash that like button. It really helps us out. And honestly, any YouTuber that you're watching, if you spend any time at all watching one of their videos, just hit the fucking like button. How many... I watch videos that have tens of thousands of views and like 674 likes. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
10,000 people watch this motherfucker and it only has 600 people that hit the like button. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. As always, a huge shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. You are the reason why we do this. And that is that.
Alrighty. Well, we got a couple minutes to spare here. Anything else going on? Oh, are you excited for some NFL preseason coming next weekend?
Well,
actually, I guess it's Thursday.
The greater question is, am I ready for it yet? And I'm not sure that I am.
Yeah.
I am. I don't know. I'm still kind of basking in a glow of a Super Bowl victory, and I don't want to necessarily start another season to be potentially let down.
Understandable.
So
you just want this off season as the champions to last forever.
Right. Just keep rubbing it in fucking Dallas's face. Just yeah, like yeah. Cotton Hill, by the way.
Huh?
Hank's dad.
Oh.
That's
okay.
That's what it says.
And they're talking about Cotton's death. I don't know.
killed 50 men. Yeah, watch the show. Listen to their thing. I'm not going to bury a lead on it.
All right, fair enough. The hell was that?
A bullet
Oh, nice.
just was laying there.
Yeah, so I guess that's it then.
That's it.
Yeah, we got no more else to talk about.
Yep. So do the thing.
Do the thing. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching us on YouTube. Thanks to all of our audio listeners. We still love you. We still think about you all the time.
We
do. Until next time, Dave and everybody else, be careful in the water.
Right. Dun, dun. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now what do I click? That. I click that right there. Headphones. Reactor.